another episode of The Academy. The show sets out to bring out the business in you. On the show with me today is Folashade Salawu, who is the founder of Pride of Beauty. Folashade, it's great to have you on the show today.
Thank you.
So could you tell us more, what's Pride of Beauty all about?
Pride of Beauty is a makeup and a skincare outfit. The main aim, the desire, is to achieve a perfect beauty for every woman.
How exactly did you get involved in it?
I started in 2008. I was a student then, and the journey has been rough but very fun and interesting. I printed out some flyers, some cards. After registering with CAC, though I had to distribute them. I had to take them to bridal shops, to photo studios, and from there people started calling me for bridal jobs. I had to connect myself with some magazine editors. They called me for shows to make up their guests and all that. It was interesting.
Okay. What was it going through all those procedures of registration?
You have to come up with different names for name search and all that. Eventually I had to settle for Pride of Beauty, and nobody already had that name. Fine, initially I started as a business name, but now it's not a limited company.
Okay. So how exactly did you finance it at the startup?
Was personal friends from my sisters, my brothers, my home, parts of pocket money. Okay, I'm going to reserve parts of my pocket money to buy powder, to buy mascara. Then, but most of all, my sister in UK actually sent me some beauty products. So I started out with the beauty products. She sent me the box too. I had to arrange my box, my small box then. So I had to move from one place to another to do makeup on weekends, most especially on weekends, and like that.
But marketing the products or marketing what you do, basically, how do you go about that?
Oh, okay. Initially, it was okay. Fine, I still do one-on-one because that is the most powerful marketing campaign. I meet people a lot. I'm not shy. I talk to people. This is what I do. Okay, at times men say my brow, people will ask me, are you into makeup? I give them my card. I love to give people skincare tips a lot, and skincare beauty tips. Okay, I have spots, I have rashes. What do I use? I love skincare a lot. I recommend product for them to use them. From now, like every other businesses, most businesses are now going online because that is another strategic means to hit the market.
Okay, but going back to how exactly or when you started, you mentioned that you were in school while you started.
Yes.
Was there any reservation from your family, like, no, why makeup? Why
no? Nobody stopped me. Fine, my father was not aware, but after some time, he got to know that this is what I do. But as for my mom, she didn't too, but she was just like, why makeup? But really, she didn't stop me. I just have to define it that this is what I want. This is what I want to do. Then the zeal is always there, the guts, the courage. So I have to move on. Then this is where I am today.
Okay, Shade, were there any challenges you had to overcome while starting up the business?
While starting up the business, maybe when I was a student there, the first challenge, when I was a student, people always want to, you're a student, you should charge me this amount, because one thing about people, especially this part of the world, I've noticed is that, they believe makeup is makeup. Is it not just for you to come and apply eyeshadow and powder and you want to charge me this amount? They ignore the skills aspect that, you can actually have 3 different makeup artists on ground. One might be better than the other two, but they believe you should charge the same thing. Okay, A is charging me 10,000 naira. Why are you charging me more? But they've forgotten talent, they've forgotten skills. Some actually came into this business because they have no job. They are frustrated, then they lose their first job, and this is the next simple thing I think I should do. But people with the flair, people that really have the courage, the focus to go after it, you have to go on different researches, go on internet study, go to different beauty schools, your personal training, and come up with something beautiful. So they still want to pay token to someone that just pack the makeup box and start giving them a rough job, and to somebody that wants to give them a very good job, they still want to pay the same amount, and it doesn't work that way. So people have not been saying the exact skills segment that, okay, it's not just for you to come and apply eyeshadow. How professionally do you want to do that for me? You understand?
All right, Shadi, I also know, and at least I think I've seen some pictures that you have of the things you've done, and I know you're also into gele tying.
Yes.
Interestingly, I saw some pictures, and I saw the funky styles you had on. They were really, really creative. Where does the idea come from all those styles?
From different sources. You know, initially when I started, when I was in school, I didn't know how to tie gele. So I just go and do the makeup only. Then somebody would just have to come from nowhere and do the gele. You know, I told you I was sharing my cards and flyers, and then Shadia Shoki, you know, one old woman like that in Ibadan, you know, she's just into Ashoke fabric. She makes it there. She asked me that, okay, you're into makeup and you don't know how to tie gele. I said I don't. But do you know, you can't really survive in this part of the world we are. Fine, when Western world is different, but in Nigeria, it's going to be difficult for you to. Fine, you can, but you know, you really have to stand your ground. Then he introduced one guy to me, Ayo Nigeli. You know, Ayo Nigeli, you know, he's actually a hairstylist. Yes. Then I met him. Then he can tie gele. He's so creative with it. Then I went to meet her. Okay, initially, you know, I didn't have time to learn with Ayo. You know, Ayo, I had to tell Ayo to follow me to where I used to have the makeup done. Then I would do the makeup. Then Ayo would tie. So doing one of my IT program in school, you know, I have to find time to go and learn from Ayo. So I started learning. Ayo begins to teach, you know. Ayo taught me so well, you know. I didn't know I can tie to that extent, you know. He taught me how to tie on myself, how to tie for someone, and how to use doors and plastics to tie to create different shapes. So we begin to work together like that, and till date it has been interesting, and I still work with Ayo. If I have a lot of jobs to do, I still invite Ayo to come down, then we work together. Yes.
All right, but okay, considering the fact that you do makeup, cosmetics, and you also do gele, I was just wondering, there's someone at home that might be thinking, okay, I'm watching this and then I know how to do makeup, but this is something I can start up, or I have a similar idea. What kind of advice or tips would you give such a person? Okay,
fine. If you have a similar idea, if it's something you can do, that is good. Fine. You know, I never knew I was going to be a makeup artist. You know, I just read, you know, like Vanguard newspapers really helped me a lot. You know, I wanted to be a pharmacist, though I had to settle for biochemist. Wow. Yeah, I had to settle to be a biochemist, and you know, along the line, I opened newspapers, I opened magazines, you know. But Vanguard has really helped me. They come up with beauticians, people with different skills, and you know, I always look forward. You know, they've interviewed Bayo Scrub, Tara, Mishida, Bumi Obonville, and they inspired me a lot. You know, I have to move on. Then when I go on internet, I meet the international makeup artists like the MC Graf, Billy Brasfield, you know, Terry Baba, you know, their story, you know, then I can do this. Fine, anybody looking at us at home now can do something like this. There's no big deal. All you just need is the courage, the determination for you to succeed. Just like Mary Kay Hash, you know, when she was alive, in one of her books, she would tell you, whatever you vividly imagine and deadly desire, you know, whatever you conceive in your mind can be achieved, then you can do it. All you just have to do is sit down. This is what I want to do. Okay, you start learning. You go to a very good makeup school. You train yourself. Fine. Going to a very good makeup school doesn't end them. Your own personal training, it helps a lot. It goes a long way. Then you start off, you come out with a beautiful name, you try your CAC registration, you start one step at a time. But most people just want to go there. Most people want to be at the stage where Tara is. Most people want to be at the stage where Mishida is. You know, that's the problem with the youth. You know, fine. It's good for you to dream that way. You know, at times I just sit down, oh, Batem Stibra, the world's most famous makeup artist. Do you know what she went through to be the world's most famous makeup artist? You know, it's a long journey. You will get there. All you need is determination and focus.
Wow.